What's up? Welcome to our show, Retail Reality. My name's Cameron. I've been working in retail for just over 8 years, and I have definitely seen some crazy. I've heard crazy, and our whole goal is to bring that to you and just tell you about what we go through on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I'm Caitlin. I've been working retail for almost 12 years now, and we have seen and heard some crazy stories. There's a lot that retail workers go through every day that not everyone deals with in their workplace, and we'd like to share that with you guys.
So the whole way this came about was we were on one of our normal breaks and it was a crazy day and we brought it up as a joke like, "Oh, what if we made a podcast out of this and just told everything that happened?" And we would bring that up for months and then one day we brought it up and it wasn't as much of a joke, it was more of a this is a
Let's do it.
this is a great idea. Let's let's do it. And so the more and more we talked about it and more ideas came to us and then we got to the point where let's do it.
Yeah. Speaking of stories, I had a coworker tell me a story the other day. That is pretty good. Not gonna lie. So, the store we were at this time, we are right next to a homeless encampment. So a lot of them come into the store to get help, especially like medical attention, emergencies, that kind of stuff. So there's Sky, my coworker. We'll call her Margaret. She got a call from one of the people up front saying that there was a guy in the lobby asking for help. So she went up there, and this guy is laying on a bench, legs spread out, and she could smell him from like just walking into the lobby. She's like gagging. I smell so freaking bad. And he proceeds to tell her what happened. Now, this man, very homeless, very dirty, mind you, he decided to create his own cock ring. And to do that, he used a zip tie. Now, this guy passed out because obviously, losing circulation, he passes out. When he wakes up, he's like, oh no, I got to get this thing off. So he uses a dirty knife, because again, he's homeless, to, get it off, nicks himself in the process. The guy ended up with gangrene, and that's why he was at the store. He was in a lot of pain, going through a whole lot, and he definitely, might have lost his member, but we're just going to leave it at that. Yeah.
I don't know what to say to that.
Like I said, we deal with some stuff most people do not deal with in the normal workplace. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what they did? Because I don't know what I would do. I would be freaking out. And as bad as it sounds, I'm going to leave it for someone else to deal with because I'm not going to deal with that. I don't get paid enough for that.
Oh no, she walked away and she was like texting her boss and was like, I don't have to sit out there and wait for the EMTs with him, right? Because it smelled so bad. And she was scared he was going to try to show her. So, yeah, there's a, we deal with some stuff.
That's kind of one of those things that it's like, well, that really sucks, but not my problem.
Yeah,
and it sounds bad, but it's true. But so we kind of want to make this like an episode 0, just an intro to what our plans are, what we're gonna do, and everything moving forward. So our main goal is just to, like I said, talk about everything we experience or go through and bring it to you guys. And we want to make it fun, we want to make it funny, and we also want this to reach people that can relate or are just curious about the daily life of someone who works in retail like us, and just all the curiosities. And so our goal is just to put it out there and do something with it, because why hold it to ourselves when we can share it with whoever wants to hear it.
Yeah, most of the stories are pretty entertaining, so trust me, y'all want to hear. Um, in the meantime, we have a lot we are working on for this podcast to get it going. We're basically just starting out with the basics, but our goals are we're going to start building a little shed for a studio, and we're going to make it a little more interactive, probably. We're probably going to do something with wood burning and, our followers' names and stuff like that to try to get a little more interaction from you guys, and try to get us out there a little bit more. And, if you guys ever wanted to blow us up or anything, we could go somewhere and tell you guys some of the real dirt. But in the meantime, we would like to keep our jobs, so everything is anonymous and that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, I would love to put people on blast, but we're gonna have to kind of hold back for now. Hopefully,
we do have bills to pay.
We do. But so another thing we want to do is we want people to send us their stories, so
yes,
we
please.
can share that with everyone else. And we had this idea that once we have our studio set up, we're gonna kind of have like a whiteboard or something. We haven't quite figured it out yet, but for the couple stories we pick for each episode, we want to put those people's names on that board, and then at the end of the month, once we can afford to, we want to do some sort of giveaways, pick a random winner for people that send their stories in, because we want this to be not only just us talking, but we want it to be interactive with everybody. And I feel like that just makes it more fun, more interesting. And so, yeah, you can email stories, RetailRealityPodcast@gmail.com. And we also have our Instagram and TikTok, RetailRealityPod. So we just want people to send us their stories too, and we want to tell not only ours but everybody's. And all that's going to be down in the description or wherever you're listening to it. You can look it up. You know what you're doing. But yeah, we want this to be like a community, not just us two talking.
Yeah, and we'll leave you anonymous. We understand not all shit can be on blast. But other than that, yeah, this is our podcast, Retail Reality. We're going to have at least one story every time, once a week. Yeah, follow us along, watch us grow. It's going to be great.
Yep, the whole goal is to upload an episode every Friday. That's as far as we've gotten. We haven't figured out everything, but this is
work in progress.
Yep, work in progress as we go, and we're still learning. It's going to be a journey, but we want everybody to be a part of it. We want to grow. We want this to grow, the community to grow, and just make this a whole community.
Yeah. If we have stories out of the millions of people that work retail, we know you guys have stories. So please send them in. Send us your stories.
Yeah, and don't worry, these stories are not going to be similar. Like, we've pretty much seen it all or heard it all, so it's never going to get dull. Oh, we also plan on having guests eventually when we can figure everything out. But
you guest speakers,
people we've worked with in the past, or people that just want to come on, and maybe they have experiences from just shopping in retail and not working. But yeah, we want this to be a big community, and Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah. Follow along. Retail reality.